Modern cities are overcrowded with cars. During rush hour, they cause massive traffic jams. It can be very difficult to find a free parking spot. This is a problem relevant to most countries around the world. Watch our next video and you will find out why the British designer Jack Shillan never got stuck in traffic jams in his car and why he was called a magician who brings people back the happy moments of childhood. The British company Rytecraft will enter the automotive market with its microcar model, the Rytecraft Scooter-Car, which in the second half of the 30s will earn the title of toy for the rich. The first scooter car will appear on the roads of Great Britain in 1934, when automotive designer Jack Shillan installs a single-cylinder Villiers engine with 2.5 horsepower onto a small electric car originally intended for fairground attractions. Very soon, Shillan realizes that this almost toy-like car can be used for city trips. In 1934, Jack Shillan founds the Rytecraft company and presents his new creation to the public. The car will be equipped with a centrifugal clutch and no gearbox. The car's dynamics will be controlled using a single pedal. When pressed, the car will move forward, and when the pressure is reduced, it will stop. There is no suspension or lighting. Drive was provided to one of the rear wheels. The maximum speed the microcar could reach was 10 miles per hour. The scooter car's body was single-seater and open type. Later versions were built in several body styles, including as a commercial truck. These versions of the scooter car were called the scooter truck. The car's performance figures were not impressive. The engine lacked power, especially on inclines. There was not enough space in the cabin to comfortably stretch your legs. The absence of suspension also did not add any comfort to the ride. Yet despite its shortcomings, the scooter car won the hearts of the British, primarily thanks to its almost toy-like size and practicality. In 1939, the little car underwent significant modernization. It received a new 250 cubic centimeter engine and a 3-speed gearbox. The body would become 2-seater, and the car would also be equipped with electric lighting. The maximum speed of the ride car would increase to 40 miles per hour. Various versions of the scooter cars were made as scaled-down copies of famous cars. This was done mainly for advertising purposes. The largest batch among such replicas were scooter cars that imitated Vauxhall cars. The second most popular version was a copy of the American Chrysler Airflow. The production of minicars would continue until 1940. During World War II, the Rytecraft factory would change its name to BMB Engineering and focus on producing military products, manufacturing engines for rescue boats for the British Ministry of Aviation, which would be used to save British pilots and sailors. Cargo versions of the minicars, given the high fuel consumption and the significant fuel shortage during the war, would be used by the British National Guard to perform transport functions. In total, about 1,000 vehicles would be built. The last of them would be assembled after 1945 from the factory's pre-war component parts. Scooter cars were also sold outside the United Kingdom, and they can be found in many parts of the world, including India and Australia. Perhaps the most famous scooter car today is a 1935 model equipped with a 98 cubic centimeter engine. In 1965, British man Jim Parkinson completed a round-the-world journey in this car. His route went through Berlin, Moscow, the Trans-Siberian Railway, Japan, and the USA. The entire journey took the traveler 421 days, during which he covered 15,000 miles. This became a remarkable achievement for the world's smallest car, which was originally designed for short trips within the city. Today, Parkinson's car, along with several other surviving scooter cars, is an exhibit at the Brooklyn Technical Museum.